We have talked and talked about building, building, building. I am of the opinion this is the year. It's time to win. Good headline there, John. They got their ace, Tarek Skubal, who they did not trade. They went out and they got Jack Flaherty from the Dodgers. They got Reese Olson. They got a whole group of everyday guys in the batting order, led by Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter and Matt Vierling. That I just think collectively it's a pretty good team. And now I think they have enough pitching to make this thing work. I got Detroit finishing first. I like Kansas City. They got Bobby Witt, who I think is a star that doesn't get enough recognition. I like Kansas City because they have rented all these veteran pitchers, led by the ex-Padre Michael Wacha, and now they got Cole Reagans, who I think might be the second best left-hander in the American League, the big strikeout arm. And they traded for Jonathan India, who I think is a very active, very good second baseman, third baseman, shortstop, came from Cincinnati. I got Kansas City finishing second. I got Cleveland in third. I'm really disappointed because this is a good young team wrapped around the veteran Jose Ramirez, but it's an ownership group that just does not want to spend any money. And what bothers me is I worked in Cleveland. I'm, full disclosure, grew up an Indians fan. That's a great regional market. They've drawn phenomenal numbers way back over the years when they had good products. And instead, Indians ownership, Guardians ownership, what the hell they ever call them, is more cost conscious than it is victory conscious. I'm really disappointed that's why I got Cleveland third. Minnesota, I think, is a sad state of affairs. A lot of young players. Ownership's trying to sell the franchise, cut payroll. I don't think they have anywhere near enough pitching to go on that staff. Poor Carlos Correa. He signed there, got the multi-year deal. It's like he's the only one with any credibility in the Twins lineup right now. And the White Sox, they traded virtually everybody away with the exception of Luis Robert. I got a ton of young guys, but young guys don't win when they're all on the major league roster. I think the White Sox are going to have another miserable season. Andrew Benintendi, their only real veteran player, he's on the disabled list with a fracture. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. End of the day, they lost 121 games last season. You'd have to argue with me out in left field, John. They might lose 121 or more this season. I say go Tigers, go. What do you say?
This has got to be the most boring division of the six in Major League Baseball. Now, granted, if you're a Tiger fan or a Twins fan, this is sacrilege what I said. But for me, every year it just seems like it's the Twins that sort of win the division with 84 wins, and we saw a little bit of Kansas City. I know some people are picking the Royals to go to the World Series. I mean, they could light it up here. But to your point, yeah, the Guardians, I mean, you're right. That is a great regional market. That should be a much more competitive team. Why? What's holding them back? Is it just money, or are they just making bad deals or injuries? They got rid of Naylor.
Farm system. Don't want to pay money. Try to re-sign some people. Did give Ramirez a contract extension when he was a young star. But at the end of the day, this is their budget. They don't want to spend over the budget, even though it could be a great regional franchise. It draws over $3 million. If Cleveland did and committed to what the Seidlers did with the Padres, Cleveland could be San Diego, with the only difference being the winter weather. Cleveland could be a really good, medium-sized market, regionally successful franchise who would draw from everywhere, not just Northeast Ohio, Northwest Ohio, Central Ohio, probably from Western Pennsylvania, but they won't do it. So it's a sad commentary as to the situation. So, yeah, I agree with you. National League Central, boring.
It is boring, but, go Cavaliers, go. I think that's going to be the chant in Cleveland.
Okay, we move on from the Central, and if you're a baseball fan transplanted from the Midwest, you're watching us on live stream, jump into the Fans Forum chat box, give us an opinion on what we said about the National League Central. Next stop.